Hey YouTubers, long time no video. A little over a couple of weeks anyway. So I thought to kind of fill in the blanks, what I would do is just go through this little pile of records here. You can see it's right next to my system. And so this is my little cache of albums that I listen to the most often, or the ones that I've pulled out the most recently. I thought I would just take a spin through these. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but what's playing in the background is a really nice jazz CD. Yeah, CD. By Ulrich Drescher called People and Things, I think. Let's look. It is called Humans and Places, People and Things. Well, close. So, Humans and Places. Now, let me tell you, that is a great sounding recording. I got it off of iTunes, and it's a regular old iTunes lossless file that I burned onto a Redbook CD, and my God, it sounds phenomenal. So anyway, as I said, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear much of it, but you might want to check it out on iTunes if you like really laid back jazz. And it sounds phenomenal, especially the cymbals. You guys know I'm a cymbal nut, so I always point that out. So let's have a look at what I've got sitting here in the album pile next to the system. First thing here is the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. Some classical stuff. This is my one and only classical album. I have a few classical CDs. This is the only classical vinyl I own, and I'm pretty sure I've had it for 30-some years. I like the music on it. It's Vivaldi and Handel and Telemann. So good stuff. It's kind of a sampler. This is a really cool album. I may have pointed this out in another video. This is Café Noir, and this is their first album. If you like Django Reinhardt and sort of French hot jazz, this is for you. Check it out. It's good sounding too. I mentioned this before. This is my copy of Batik that was fresh in the vinyl, in the wrapper. And so I got this essentially new, so it's kind of new old stock vinyl of an album that I've had for a very long time. So it's a new copy of that album. I talked about Fleetwood Mac Rumors before. I talked about Brubeck before. I love this album. It sounds fabulous. This is the fancy 45 RPM pressing. I'm a huge Joni Mitchell fan. This is The Hissing of Summer Lawns. Very good sounding album. I totally recommend it. This was a used record buy, probably $3. Sounds darn good. This I bought on total, just a whim. I'd never heard of Corey Chisel ever before, but it's an all analog recording, direct to tape, all that good stuff. It's 45 RPM. Sounds great. It's kind of a slightly electronic folk, I guess I would say, or maybe it's a kind of a rootsy, folky country kind of thing. This is a Windham Hill album. It's Skay and O'Donnell Night Noise. I may have mentioned this before too. This is in this genre of the sort of new age thing, this is a really good example. I like this one a lot. It's got a nice mix of instruments and it's a nice recording. This is, I'm going to do a video on this album at some point. This is Pat Metheny with Charlie Haydn and Billy Higgins, and the name of the album is Rejoicing. This is a fabulous album except for a couple of tunes. I'll talk about that in another video. It's not the typical Pat Metheny sound, it's more straight ahead jazz. I've talked about this Keith Jarrett in another video. It's good stuff. Ralph Towner, you guys know I'm a big fan. I just had Batik up a second ago. This is Blue Sun. It's a really nice album. I've had this for probably 30 years or more. Same with this one, Ralph Towner Solstice, Sound and Shadows. This is also a very old album. This one has some surface noise that drives me nuts. You know I'm also a Keith Jarrett fan. This is one of my favorites of his, My Song. And this is a very good jazz album to introduce yourself to jazz with. It's not super challenging. It's very melodic. It's got some challenging stuff on it, but it's pretty easy to listen to. This is one of the earliest jazz albums I bought, and it sort of got me into it in some sense. This is my audiophile pressing of Imperial Bedroom by Elvis Costello. I'm a huge Elvis Costello nut. This sounds great. It's a mobile, I think it's a Mobile Fidelity. Yeah, it's a Mobile Fidelity pressing. Style Council, My Ever-Changing Moods. This is an awesome album. This is a really great album. It's got a lot of jazzy sounding stuff. It's got the song My Ever-Changing Moods, which is a fabulous song. It's a good sounding album. If you haven't ever heard these guys, check them out. It's Paul Weller from The Jam. This is Bill Evans. Everybody digs Bill Evans. I talked about this in another video. It sounds horrible, and it was expensive, unfortunately. Beck, which one is this? Sea Change? Yeah, God, can't believe I didn't remember it. This is a Mobile Fidelity audiophile pressing on 2 albums. Sounds freaking unbelievable. It's awesome. It's my old copy of Batik. Ralph Towner, Solstice. It's another old album. It's over 30 years old, I'd say. Good stuff. Yes, Everything But the Girl. This is an import pressing, I'm pretty sure. Eden. It's got some great songs on it. Everything But the Girl, if you haven't heard of them. They're a 80s / maybe early 90s band that was a husband and wife team. Sort of a jazzy adult contemporary sound. Good stuff. Especially this one. This sounds really good, and it's got good tunes on it. Tracy Chapman. I really can't listen to this for very long, but it's a fabulous sounding album. She's a great songwriter, good singer, great playing on this. But there's just something about this album I find hard to listen to, hard to put into words. Paul Simon's first solo album. Awesome. This pressing sucks. I got it off of eBay, and it was supposedly in mint condition. It's unplayable. I need to take it out of here. Phoebe Snow I've talked about before. This is a really great album. It's good. Female vocals, sort of jazzy, bluesy thing. Keith Jarrett again, Belonging. This is sort of a slightly rock infused jazz album. One of the tunes on here, which one? Long As You Know You're Living Yours. That was the inspiration for, I believe it was Gaucho, the song Gaucho by Steely Dan. I may have that wrong. I'll have to double check it. Definitely the inspiration for a Steely Dan song. There was a lawsuit over it. Miles Smiles, I told you about this before. This is a fairly expensive modern pressing that sounds like warmed over shit. Asia, Mobile Fidelity, sounds incredible. Everybody needs a copy of this album. If you like rock music at all, classic rock, you have to have this album. Elvis Costello, King of America. This is a really great sounding album. This is an unusual album for Elvis. I'm pretty sure it's produced by Ry Cooder, and it's got sort of a country tinge to it, and it sounds really, really good. Maybe they performed it in a hall. I don't know. Anyway, the recording sounds really great. I love it. I did a video on this one, Kenny Burrell, God Bless the Child. Very good album. Sort of a funky, bluesy, hard bop sort of maybe thing. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Absolutely required in your jazz collection or as a jazz starter. This is a really great album. This is a RTI pressing, pretty sure. Yeah, RTI, that is a good company that does good pressings. Anything I have by them sounds really great, so this is one of them. Oregon, also Ralph Towner. He was in Oregon. I pulled this out to listen to it and didn't really listen to it much. This is their more modern sound, a little less pastoral, got a little more electronics in it. I need to listen to this some more. And Larry Carlton, Last Night, which I've talked about before. Really a great live album. Phenomenal sound. You got to check it out if you like jazz fusion or blues at all. Check this thing out. It sounds awesome, CD or vinyl. So there you have it. Eventually I'll talk about this. I finally landed on another preamp. This is a Conrad Johnson PV14, and it's a line stage, and it is turning out pretty well. I will talk about it in a different video. I will catch you later.